Nick Saban's career is defined by championships and high points, but it's also consistency in that this program was always winning double-digit games. You've got to go back to a 9-3 regular season. Of course, they won a 10th in the bowl game after 2010. But the win total, according to FanDuel and our friends in Vegas, is at 9.5, with an interesting trip up to Wisconsin in September. That's going to be fascinating. A long road trip for the Tide. Georgia's on the schedule, at Tennessee, at LSU. Of course, a revised SEC schedule that we have not seen the likes of since the divisions and the introduction of Arkansas and South Carolina in 1992 with East and West. Oklahoma on the road, and of course, the Iron Bowl caps it all off. But 9.5 is the figure.
It's the figure because I think Vegas and everybody wants to see, with Coach Saban retiring, is that sense of stability still there? Because for 17 years, we saw players come and go, coaches come and go, but the man in the straw hat, Nick Saban, is still there. I mean, he's always there. He was that model for 17 years. Now he is removed from that equation. Vegas is now asking itself, can Kalen Deboer invoke or provide that same kind of stability, that same type of consistency? And in year one, we're about to see that. So this is why Vegas, and this is why so many other odds makers are giving Alabama, 9 wins to gauge, can Kalen Deboer really provide that type of steady hand that Nick Saban did for almost 2 decades?
And one of the reasons why we see Kalen Deboer on some of these most pressure in college football lists, that's usually not reserved for first-year head coaches. They usually get a grace period, but when you follow the greatest of all time, then you're expected to deliver.
You are expected to, but I go back to something that Coach Deboer mentioned, Mark, in his introductory press conference back on January 13th. He said the only place I would have left Washington for was right here at the University of Alabama. He wanted this pressure. He embraces this pressure. He wanted this challenge. He wanted to be all in being the successor to Coach Saban. And many times when you ask coaches, do you want to succeed the greatest of all time? They immediately go, no, I don't want no part of that. Keep me far away from that. Deboer says, bring it on. This is exactly what I want. And that's what really impressed Greg Byrne as the athletics director, seeing a guy that wanted this type of environment. I want to be the guy to succeed, Coach Saban. So you got to give him kudos for that. The main thing is going to be this spring, fans are going to get a glimpse to see everything. How does everything shape out from the offense, defense, special teams? These fans want to see it all. And it's going to be very intriguing to look at this A-Day game. How many people will pack it out inside Bryant-Denny? You go back to 2008, Saban's first major spring game, where people were wanting to know, is Saban truly the guy? The fans came out in full support. It was over 92,000 in there. How much support will Coach Deboer get in his first spring game with him as the man?
He is Stephen M. Smith of Touchdown Alabama, and of course, he's here on YouTube every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 6:30 Central for In My Own Words. Stephen, we always appreciate you stopping by, breaking things down for us.
Absolutely, Mark. I appreciate you.